Welcome to the Hamsi Analytics Daily Market Commentary. I'm Pablo Navarro. Today is Monday, November 26, 2012. For the market internals, the New York Stock Exchange Advanced Decline Differential closed at negative 431. Nasdaq Advanced Decline Differential closed at 178. We have 12 new 52-week highs for the S&P 500 and no new 52-week lows for the S&P 500. For the volatility, 931,000 contracts traded on the VIX today, with 77 million in total premiums paid. For the dollar-weighted put-call ratio in December, we saw 1.69, which is neutral, with 44% of the total premiums paid. Here we have the daily chart for SPX. We are between 0 sigma and positive 1 sigma. Pretty positive action here. We broke 200-day moving average. We talked about it, and we break 0 sigma. We were able to stay today above it, even though we touched it on the downside. Looks like we were going to break down, but we were able to hold and come back up, finishing down only 3 handles for the day. We're still looking maybe for a 1416 and then 1438 on the upside, maybe test around this level. And if we go down, a test of the 200-day moving average is going to be pretty important. Coming to our 60-minute chart. Here we have the support, pivot, and resistance, and we're looking for a 1392 as a weekly pivot and 1425 as our first resistance. That's going to be our first target here for the week. So let's look at those two levels. In case we break that 1392 level, we're looking for 1376. That's going to be critical. If we go to our moving averages chart, here we have it, and we are, of course, above this downward trend line we've drawn here. We broke it on Friday. Today we touched it on the downside, and we're going on higher. We have the 100-day moving average, also pretty important. So we're looking here, maybe going higher. Test this around this highs. 1426, 1424. That's going to be an important level to go to the upside. We're going to see what happens there. That's the first target here. 1426, 1424. On the downside, in case we fail here, we go lower. We are looking to test the 200-day moving average at 1383. That's going to be critical to hold. Maybe if we try to test that again and then go higher. But of course, it would be better if we just go here to this 1425 level. Test these previous highs, try to break it. Break this 55-day moving average, and then we could go even higher. So that's what I'm looking here on the SPX. Lots of resistance here above it. If we go for SPY, here we have the daily chart for SPY. Pretty nice chart here overall, as we started to see here this bounce in SPY. We touched the trend line, bounce today. We were able to close above the 100-day moving average, which is also important. And now we're looking maybe to test this 142.40, 142.90 level. That's going to be important. That's the 55-day moving average. So let's keep an eye on that one. If we go to our 60-minute chart, here we have our support, pivot, and resistance, and we're looking for the 142.40 level. That's going to be our support, resistance number 1, and our weekly pivot is going to be at 140.12. That's what we're looking here. If we go to the Qs, very nice action here on the Qs today. Of course, Apple being a big part of it. Up over 2% Apple for the day, and the Qs were up 0.35%. We are also almost getting to our first target here, our resistance number 1 at 65.50. That's going to be the first one. Then we're looking for 66.21. Our weekly pivot is right now at 64.22. If we go to our daily chart, here we see we are going to have some problems here at the 200-day moving average, 65.50. Very important level to break. If we do break to the upside, we could be going to 66.85. That's going to be important. That was also around this level, our previous highs, 66.40. But first, we need to break that 65.46, which is the 200-day moving average. For IWM, here we have the daily chart for IWM. Today, we were able to break the 200-day moving average. This is the Russell 2000 ETF, and we're looking for higher prices, 81.26. And then I'm looking for this previous high here, around 83. That's going to be critical. Let's see if we were able to get to the 83 level. That would be pretty bullish here on the risk on trades for the support, pivot, and resistance. Maybe looking for 82.13 first, some resistance there, and then go and test that 83 level. So keep an eye on those levels. We have lots of resistance here above it, but momentum is getting and increasing to the upside, which is positive here. We were also up 0.5% today, which is this is the risk on, risk off ETF. Maybe we're getting some risk appetite in, which is positive. Let's go to GLD. And let's start with the daily chart. Here we have the daily chart. We had this upward trend line. We broke the 55-day moving average. And we are now bullish. We talked about getting in the market once we break this to the upside. We have several attempts. And it looks like we're making higher highs here on the market. And also higher lows. We're looking maybe for a low here or a test of a low of the 55-day moving average. A target set 173.50, 174-ish level, test previous highs and try to break above it. That would be pretty bullish here. Momentum clearly is now to the upside. Let's watch what happens here with GLD. Let's go to silver. SLB, very nice chart here, pretty bullish here. Looking for 34, 33.90 previous highs and try to break out here. We are getting the same pattern. We tested this 200-day moving average, bounced pretty quickly, and after that we just started going higher. We also were able to break the 55-day moving average on Wednesday. On Thursday, Friday we confirmed a big update, and today we have a basically flattish to update, so that's good. We want to continue to go higher. 34, 39, 33.9, that's our targets here on the SLB. If we go down to the VIX chart, here we have the daily chart for the VIX, and as you can see here we have an update 2.24%, and we continue to be on the -1, -2 sigma channel. We've been here for a couple of days now, from here to here, and you can see it here. We're looking for lower prices below 15, 14.55. That's going to be a price to look for. I want to see the VIX below 15 on the near future as we continue to go higher in the markets. That's what I'm looking up here. If not, maybe this is only a dead cat down. I want the VIX to show me what's going to happen next. So this one is one I'm keeping a close eye on. On January, a 0.21 reading, which is bearish, with 32% of the total premiums paid. We have a special offer by TradeStation. Get your HEMC Analytics proprietary indicators paid by TradeStation. Contact Active Traders office in Chicago, Peter Albino, at the number listed below. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.